Howdy, my name is Oatmeal Lint. This is Let's Play EU4 Novgorod. And this is Let's Play EU4 Novgorod. Really just not gonna get that. I'm just gonna go with saying hi, I'm Oatmeal Lint. How's it going? I mean, if you were a friend from back home, I'd have to greet you with howdy, how y'all doing? But I don't even know how many of you are from Texas. Probably none. I could do howdy, how y'all doing? I'm Oatmeal Lint. This is Let's Play EU4. You know what you clicked on. Anyway, where we left off, I had erroneously declared war in Kazan. Well, I say erroneously, retrospectively, it might end up working out. The issue was that I have such high revolt risk right now, dude. My blazing 20% or 20 war score. I don't even... Monthly chance of another uprising is 96%. How can I go about handling them? Yeah, I've got weird mouse bug. Oh, there we go. Can boost stability. Okay, that's an option. Or harsh treatment in all those places. Boy, I really don't want to use my points on stability, but I'm just not getting that event to destroy rebels. If you've seen my Japan Let's Play, I just posted a few videos. I was waiting on that event to destroy rebels to get the 2 stability too, as well, and just wasn't getting it. I guess I will boost. Oh. I probably should spend the power making this a core. These are about to finish coring. That'll reduce my overextension. If you remember from last time, I'm running into a problem where my interest on my loans is getting higher than my income. It's a problem. If that ever happens, you know you've lost. You can't get out. I wasn't gonna buy diplomatic tech, because I was gonna spend all my diplomacy points on decreasing war exhaustion as soon as I got out of this war. I have to do something, really, anything, to boost my income and reduce my revolt risk. I'm getting a revolt per month, almost minimally a revolt per month, and I'm just run ragged. Yeah, they just hit the ability to do that. Well, I'm not gonna even fight them then. Oh, they don't. Okay, they don't have like that sense that some of the AI have don't go into a zone where I'm going into. They don't have any AI sense, I guess, rebels. That makes sense. They're not very smart. They're rebels. Small neck, yeah, you can have military access. Just come and help me with this rebel. They're in a coalition against me, so I don't really think they're my friends. Yeah, not my friends. Once I hit 10%, as long as these rebels don't take this province back, I can try to peace out. I'm gonna go ahead and go to Neva so that I don't get the river crossing penalty from Novgorod. Never gonna get that right. So I am gonna merge units here, because I have a lot of mercenaries. And then I guess I'm gonna disband this damaged mercenary, because he'll never get back to full. I'd rather spend the manpower in my regulars, so... Yeah, it makes me long for my Japan Let's Play, I'm telling ya. Boy, was that a lot easier. Cranking the difficulty up to hard and the bonuses to high, and also just being a little bit more warlike, definitely made the game a lot harder. I'll tell you that much. So at the end of this month, maybe I'll get to 10%. Alright, so now I can peace. They will give me this province. Give me the province. What else will they give me? Some gold? Sweet. Some gold. I can use that to pay off some of my loans. Maybe get my interest a little lower. Gotta do something. Gotta do something. I'm not even gonna core this yet. Russian freedom fighters. Don't even know what they're doing there. But they're not gonna leave my province of their own accord, I know that much. So, let's see, repay a loan. Repay 1. Guess spend a lot to reduce the war exhaustion. This might seem like a horrendous use of points, but I do want to westernize, and so I have to get behind in tax anyway. I don't know if that's super smart, but I do know that there's an event if you've already founded Russia. Not that you can found Russia before you've got to... where's that at? In order to found Russia, you have to be at administrative technology level 10. So administrative technology is very valuable to me, whereas diplomatic points are going to be going into this war exhaustion. I'm not so worried about picking up diplomatic techs. I'm just going to spend that wherever, and the military tech is all going into this idea group. So I'm only going to be getting administrative techs to get myself up to 10, and westernized once I found Russia. Sweden's already 3 ahead of me, and they're just probably a machine with techs. The Livonian Order is also in the Western technology group for some reason. So they could also do it. None of the others. Lithuania, I believe when I get to be close to them, they're also in the Eastern tech group, so they're not... can't use them to westernize. But Sweden and Livonian Order you can. So that's good. That's the plan at least. I'm gonna let this sit. Good. Good. So what's the revolt risk looking like? What's income looking like? I'm gonna go ahead and just do this some more. There we go. That's great. I'm not gonna start coring this place because these rebels are probably gonna take it. I'm probably not gonna get over there in time. See, they've already down to -14. It would require something stupid perm. These guys did not go into war with me. That was a ridiculously bad idea war. It cost me hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of gold in interest, in loans. Well, live and learn, and then don't go to war anymore. Okay, so I'm gonna wait until my morale is up. I don't want to lose this fight. Georgia declared war on their enemy. Wow, is Georgia actually like a thing down here? So they're at war with these guys. Why do they think they can take them? I guess because the Golden Horde is... Oof. I guess because everybody is at war with them. They're at war with Persia, which must be over here by the Timurids that I'm just not aware of. Maybe I've never seen Persia before. So Kazan joined that military coalition against us. That's fine. They have a truce with us. They're at war with everyone. They're probably not even gonna be a thing anymore. I'm kind of hoping that Moscow doesn't take too many provinces, because I have to take all of Moscow's provinces and then potentially sell them if they are not the culture that I would want. But I have to take them all in order to get the Moskva capital. So that's kind of a pain. I hope that they don't get more than one. I could take this. It is diplomatic power to convert. So I'm not getting that rebel event, so I'm gonna go ahead and take this. Anything that's not Russian, I'm gonna try to convert because it'll reduce that revolt risk. Let's just check. Right now we only have a 16% chance per month of... Are there 38% to enforcing their demands? I don't understand. I guess if they control 4 provinces, they get to enforce their demands. And right now they control 1. Can't buy any troops. Oh, I'm positive. I don't know how I got positive. I guess when I reduced all that revolt risk, my production went way up. So I was like living off of trade, and now I have production. So we're going to go ahead and repay this loan too. And March now, because next month, next siege cycle, they will have the ability to take that province. What do we do with this diplomat that just got home? There's like an advisor that does revolt risk. Yeah, there's an advisor here who does revolt risk. I'm gonna save up for him and buy him. So at 21 money, go ahead and get him. Who could we become allies with? Who cares for the poor little Russia? You care. You care. This means not only will they be our ally, but unlike the before when we were making allies, they'll be our ally and actually go to war for us. They're allied with Portugal, so this suit's good. I wish I could see the green of Ireland from Lannister. Take over Ireland. That was always my favorite thing to do in Crusader Kings 2. We're gonna go ahead. We like them, so as long as we improve relations, we're gonna get a friend and ally out of England. That might not help us if we declare on anyone, but it might dissuade someone from declaring on us. And I didn't think there was a river there. There was. Okay, let's head over here before they take too many more provinces from us. We don't want them enforcing their demands. That would just be going back to being part of Moscow. Ugh. Kazan declared Perm has the Holy War idea and has declared war on... That's great. I love that they're declaring war on Kazan because they have the same culture group, so they can actually convert the Sunnis. If they do that, they'll just be more Orthodox in the world for me to convert and take over later. We're not friends anymore. Perm and I, we're not friends. Okay, can I afford revolt risk? No. However, I think I can now. There was also like an event that you could, there's an event that you can only get with Theologian. Introduced church taxes and advancement of religion act. Both of these I want. Some of them are more important than others. I'll get a Theologian when I don't have such a high revolt risk. If he lives, I'll spend the revolt risk. But for now, shouldn't that have taken instantaneous effect and I shouldn't have the revolt risk? There must be some sort of base revolt risk. Can't be reduced any further. Reduce the independence of the church? No, protect their independence. You could take my money, just give me troops. If you remember, if you're Orthodox, I'm gonna go over it again in case you don't remember. If you increase patriarch authority, you get lower revolt risk and more manpower. And since, if you haven't noticed, there hasn't been more than a few years span that we haven't been at war, I think it's kind of important to have a strong military. Because even though it might look like we're going to stop being at war when we take over Moscow and whatnot, no, we have all the wars with Lithuania ahead of us to take back our Russian brethren. All the wars with Crimea to take over Crimea, because if we want to recreate the strength of Russia at its peaks, we would need to take over huge chunks of land. And that'll probably be needed to get our score up from 55 to 1. In the Japan Let's Play that I was recording earlier today, I'm struggling now to just boost score, so I have a better understanding of all the things that go into score. Number of troops, number of boats, advisors, strength, admirals, generals, land, income is a big deal, allies. It'll be easier to get good allies because we're going to be a similar religion to people as opposed to with Japan, where no one is Shinto. I mean, it's not that anyone's going to be Orthodox, but I mean, I think that this is we're tolerated heretics. Yeah, tolerated heretics as opposed to heretics. So, yeah, only -10. And I think that they'll still do weddings with us, although they can't because we're a republic. Sweet. Things have started to die down. I do think it was worth it to spend that diplomatic power. Not only did it keep us from having revolts, it increased our income because we have so much less, so much less revolt risk, reducing our income. I think that's the only reason that we're not seeing rebel spawns every day. Golden Horde wants access. Who are you at war with? So mostly you'd be using your access for Kazan. Yep. Feel free. I want the Golden Horde to take the provinces as opposed to Moscow. So I can't see this one. This one's Golden Horde, this one's Moscow. You can see that the color is just slightly different. I don't know if you'll have as high of quality as I'm having. Probably. I'm using the best quality programs I can, although adding in the webcam is decreasing the quality just a little bit. I noticed when I rewatched it, it's still 1080p, but you can see it's lower quality. So if you don't like the webcam, just tell me. I put it in there because my wife said that she wanted to have a webcam when she was watching the replays. She doesn't have enough time necessarily to jump into a game and play one, but she does like the game, so she wants to watch a few. Yep, repaying off loans is something I'm going to be doing with all my money. And for now, I'm going to go and take back this province. Awesome. So this is actually getting a little tough. If he's going to die in his term, I obviously don't want to keep him, but he's just so much better. 33% chance of getting in all of those. It's just so rigged. I also took the Republican tradition in exchange for stability because it means that for 2 elections, I mean that was worth 2 elections for however much administrative power it was to get one stability back. So that's great. I'll take that in a heartbeat. Because if you think about it, I'm gaining an additional 5 per month, and it costs me 100. That he's going to be in for 4 years. That's more than 100. So Republican tradition is worth more than like 20-year Republican tradition is worth 2 terms worth of increased leader power. I don't know, leader monarch point generation. I really don't know. So that's good. That was my thought process when I said, oh well, even though I really want the stability right now, I definitely don't want to go taking a hit in Republican tradition. So, even though we did have to pay a lot for that stability. So we have the province that we want. We have the culture that we want. So, the reason that I didn't click both of these at the same time is that I knew I would get this event next. Because that's just the way the missions seem to work. They have like a theme. Once you finish a theme, they give you a new theme. Well, I'm hoping for a new theme, being like, I don't know. Maybe I should mark these guys as a rival. Actually, I definitely should mark them as a rival, because you can get a mission to take a rival's province, which will give you an automatic claim. And also a mission, but an automatic claim. I believe my truce is over with them, so I could go to war with them again. That seems kind of like I wouldn't have been learning my lesson, but learn? Who's gonna learn? Learning? No. So what I'm gonna do is mark them as a rival as soon as... What am I doing? Improving relations with these guys. Interesting. I'm gonna stop doing that though. And then I'm gonna mark these guys as rivals. I don't think you actually have to have a diplomat for that, so... Rival... Don't click the wrong one, because it does cost 10 diplomatic points to do that. So they're now our rivals, and we'll get bonuses and prestige for attacking them. All sorts of good stuff. We can mark them for embargo without any cost. Recent shipments of wool have been of surpassing quality. We have a wool producing province. I didn't think we did. Well, money is money. I'll take money. I didn't think we had a wool-producing province. $5 points for anyone who could tell me in the comment section why I could get that event without a wool-producing province. Oh, I do. One of the ones that I took from Moscow. Okay, well, that must just have a meantime to happen event. For that, they want military access. Yeah, I'm giving everyone military access because they're not going to declare on me before I... Oh, also, that's good because it's going to send them to go and destroy their troops. Didn't even think about that, but I just do it without thinking most of the time when I know the wars that they're in, and I don't really care that much because... Holy balls. They're in a very big war with Austria and Castile. That looks like Castile. Poland, Livonian Order, and Lithuania are all in this gigantic war with... This is World War. This is definitely a huge war. Looks like Poland is actually winning, with Livonian Order losing. Aha! Does people notice? My whole plan with Lithuania is coming to fruition. If I go ask them to be my friend, they will be my friend. Hopefully their war started more than 50 years ago. I am now allies with Lithuania. That's great. That's awesome. In the meantime, I'm just gonna pick off all the other Russian provinces. There'll be a time and a place to go to war with Lithuania, but it's not now. I guess I marked... Oh, you know what I probably did? I marked them as a rival. Sometimes that has effects on the relationships that other people have with you. Definitely shouldn't write that off. England will probably also now sign an alliance with us. How many of our diplomatic... we're on our diplomatic relations cap. What are our diplomatic relations? We've got guaranteeing the independence of Perm, Smelznik. Okay. Well, instead of guaranteeing these guys independence, we're going to... They're in a coalition against us. They are the only ones in said coalition. So... No, that's not true. That's just not true. Yaroslav, Kazan, and Smolensk are also in the coalition, but that's fine. I would just love Yaroslav and Smolensk to come into a war with me. Do you have a casus belli on any of them? If I don't, I really need to get a casus belli. I'm gonna go ahead and mark Solmanek as a rival as well, and Yaroslav, and hope that my next event that I get after I'm done converting this province is to attack one of the two. Because I have a truce with Kazan, they're not going to go to war with me, even if they could, and they're in no condition to go to war with me. Yeah, Perm. Go Perm. So that's going to be the plan. Mark them as rivals. Smolznek. Yaroslav. You may be wondering why I'm rivals. You might be wondering why I did that instead of just going and fabricating a claim on them. Well, why did I do that instead of just fabricating a claim on them? To be honest, I think it's because I think it's going to be faster. How's our revolt risk looking? Well, there's still quite a bit, but I'll go ahead and get the taxes increasing. Nah, I'm not. I'll get a guy who lets me do that in the future. This war, just with these two dorks, would be pretty darn easy. They are allied with Perm though, so I'm gonna try to. No harm in fabricating a claim on them. Seeing which happens first. Can always stop doing that. Good. Good. Let's just make sure I'm coring all of the things that can be cored. Yep. And this is the last province that doesn't have my culture, so looks like in just a few months. Jeez. I was taking out 32 gold loans. Brutal. Okay. Go ahead and invest in fort defense. That's fine. Yeah, so the only tech that we want to beeline is administrative. And we'll eventually get behind enough to westernize. I think it's a good idea. I'm not really positive. I westernized in my Japan Let's Play recently, and it's been brutal. It's a much bigger difference. 120 is the cost for tech in an Eastern nation, and 160 in Chinese technology group. But I still think it's worth it. The unit types are a little bit stronger, and like I said, for Russia the cost is a lot lower because there's that event where you move your capital to Neva. Becomes St. Petersburg, gets pretty good, and I mean you have to be Russia before you do it. Still pretty value. What can I do about this revolt risk? Because if I learned anything about going to war while there's a bunch of revolt risk. Crimea is all the way up here. Kazan has left the military coalition against us. And no diplomats to send. England. Go ahead and stop improving relations with you, England. I don't need you to be my ally right this very moment, so. Connection lost. This is bad. I don't want to lose this save and not be able to play anymore. Does that mean that it is synced? Well, I'm gonna figure that out. And I'll see you guys in the next